Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Why Tupperware, Why Now. And this week, I am excited to be talking to Nikki Majka. She is our virtual pro. Okay. So she has built her business on the virtual side of things using social media and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm excited to chat with her today. But before we get started, I want to remind you go ahead, say hello in the chat, tag the person that invited you. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put those right in the chat. If for some reason we don't see it, we don't get to it, we don't answer that question for you, definitely go back to the person that shared this video with you or shared the link and ask those questions. They will be able to answer any questions that you have. And for some reason, if they can't answer it, they know who to contact to get the answer for you. All right. So before we get started, my name is Ellen. In case this is your first time tuning in, my name is Ellen. I've been in Tupperware about 14 years. And it has been such an amazing journey for me and my family. And success looks different in so many in different people's eyes, right? It's in the eye of the beholder. And success to me is, am I better than I was before I came here? Or am I better than I was before I met somebody? Or did I leave somebody feeling better than they did before they talked to me? And that to me is like one of the biggest measuring sticks of success, right? You can't judge your own self-worth or your own success based on your bank account or your title or anything like that. It really comes from within. And so my intentions in this business is always to help people and to help them get what they want out of the business. And that's one of the things I love most. I have many people that have been on my team in the past that they said to me, because of Tupperware, I was able to give a speech in front of my church, right? Or because of Tupperware, I was able to stand up for my daughter in a situation before I wouldn't have the courage to do that. And that to me is huge, huge success. Far more success than a title, far more success than money, far more success than recognition, right? It's that sort of like behind the scenes sort of success, right? So that's one of the things I just absolutely love about this business. So, and Nikki actually is a coach by trade. Before she came to Tupperware, she was already a coach. She coaches ice skating, which is so unbelievably cool. I mean, how many people do you know that coach ice skating, right? But one of the things that I've noticed over the years working with Nikki is that coaching experience has served her well in her business. She does a phenomenal job of breaking things down for people and helping them understand in easy terms what it is she does so that they can go and do the same thing and have some success. So I'm excited to be talking to Nikki today. At the end, we're going to be answering some commonly asked questions. But again, go ahead, say hello in the chat, tag the person that invited you. Any questions that you do have, you can ask here or definitely get back to the person that invited you. All right. So, Nikki, I'm so excited to be here with you. So, I have to ask, why did you say yes to Tupperware?
So I said yes to Tupperware because I was a college student at the time and I wanted Tupperware like my mom and grandma had. So I initially signed up just for the discount because as a college student, I'm like, I can't really afford that. I should probably go buy something at the Dollar Tree. But at that same point, I'm like, that stuff's not going to last. It wasn't the Tupperware that I grew up with and I wanted that. So I'm like, well, why not give it a try just for the discount? And then life happened and I just jumped all in.
I love it. Absolutely. There are a lot of people that start for a discount. They start because they're like, well, I don't really want to spend that extra money. So maybe I can get it for a better deal. So you're not alone in that. So, what has been your experience so far? Remind us, how long have you been in Tupperware?
Been in Tupperware for 6 years, and my experience so far is that I feel like it's changed over the years a little bit. Like in the beginning, I was really shy and I would hide behind people, but I honestly loved the Facebook aspect of it. That's I've always, like you said earlier, done it on virtual because I didn't have to be in front of people, so I could just be like in my kitchen sharing tips and all that, and have my own kind of like a cooking show that you would see on like the Food Network. And I loved that aspect of it because I could just share what I loved and just share what I was doing. And then over the years, I feel like Facebook has gotten more acceptable, especially over the past couple of years where people have really learned like how to do Zooms and more Facebook and they're more tech savvy now, I would say. So like I just love the ease of it now that people you don't have to walk them through step by step. They're like, oh yeah, I know how to invite people and all that to group. So it's a lot of fun just being able to share what you love with Tupperware and just taking some pictures, or while you're cooking for your family, take a quick video and not really have to do anything else than that.
Absolutely. So I have to share with you. So when Nikki started, we did a lot of in-person meetings and things like that. And she is not lying. Like she was so shy in person. And the funny thing was at the time, she had started kind of trying to build her business on Facebook and things like that. So we would see her do a video and we were just like, is this the same person that we see week in and week out? Because she would just come alive on the video and share these great ideas and tips and was super personable. And it was just so interesting to see the different sides of Nikki. And then over time, we saw more and more of the video Nikki in person. And it was the coolest thing to just kind of watch her just really grow in this business and gain confidence. And I'm sure it has helped in your ice skating, right? I mean, I'm sure I don't see how gaining more confidence wouldn't help in any other aspect, whatever business that you're in. For her, it happens to be the coaching. And I'm sure that it has helped tremendously there as well. And that is definitely one of the like underlying sort of perks of the business, being able to just really have that self growth when you lean into it and you try new things. It kind of expands that comfort space for you. So we've definitely seen that with Nikki over the years. So, Nikki, if somebody is watching this right now and they are thinking, maybe I want to do something like that, but I'm going to wait till the kids go back to school in the fall, or I'm going to wait till the new year, what would you say to them as to why now? Like, why is right now a great time to start a business like Tupperware?
I would say like right now is a great time, because if you keep saying, oh, I'm gonna do when the kids go back to school or in the winter when people are buying for Christmas, you're always gonna come up with that next excuse. So my philosophy, and Ellen will tell you the same thing, my philosophy is always like just jump all into something and give it your all, because if not, I always feel like you're gonna wonder, what if I would have started in the summer? What if I would have started today to give it a try? Would that mean for my business? What would that mean for my family? And honestly, at that point, when you jump all in, just giving yourself permission to be yourself and actually give it your all, like it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And someone was saying that today on Instagram, Shonda, and I loved it. It was just giving yourself permission to be yourself and jumping all into what you love. So if you love Tupperware, you love being in the kitchen, you love sharing tips, why not give it a try today? And honestly, just have fun with it. Because what would that mean for your family in a couple months? What would that extra income mean?
Absolutely. I totally agree. And when I came to Tupperware, I told myself, I'm like, I will leave no stone unturned. Like, I was like, this is it. If this doesn't work, I am not meant to be in direct sales. And so I tried everything, even things that made me really uncomfortable. And some of the things I failed miserably at, but you learn from more from failing than you do from succeeding, quite honestly. And so I realized, like, okay, that wasn't good. That's not part of who I am. And it wasn't successful. So I'm going to pivot and I'm going to try it from this angle. I'm going to try it this direction. And I was able to just really kind of like feel my way through it. And I saw you doing the same thing when you got started, Nikki, was just really kind of figuring out where your place was in Tupperware and how you fit into the equation. Because when you came in 6 years ago, there weren't a lot of people that were doing working their business on social media. And here at Champion, you were one of the first few. There was a handful of you, but you definitely were one of like sort of the pioneers. I hate to use that term because it sounds so dated, but you definitely were a trailblazer here at Champion when it came to doing the business from that angle, because we have been so used to the old school way of selling Tupperware in person, doing the parties, going out in the community and doing things like that, which we still do a lot of. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, I am a more in-person person, we have a place for you. If you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I'm a little bit of an introvert, and the thought of doing this and face to face kind of it's not for me, or I just don't have the time to do it. And Nikki, when she started, her time was really divided and she wasn't able to really go, even if she wanted to, she wasn't really able to go out and do the in-person parties. And that's why social media, just the selling on social media, really fit into what was going on in her life at that time. And so if you're watching this and you're thinking that too, maybe you're homebound, taking care of somebody, you have small children, whatever the case is, or maybe you just don't want to leave the house, that's okay too. There's definitely a place for you, because all are welcome here at Champion. So, and when I say Champion, that's the name of our company within Tupperware. And we're a national company. And so it doesn't matter where you're tuning in from. If you're tuning in from Alaska, Hawaii, California, New England states, whatever, we have a spot for you. So, so I'm going to just kind of switch gears here. I'm going to be answering some frequently asked questions. So one of the most frequently asked questions is, how much money can I make? And I always kind of turn that question back on the person. It's like, what are you looking for? A lot of times, I just read the statistic, and when I started 14 years ago, the statistic was people are falling behind on their bills by less than $400 a month, right? And so they're in like a $400 deficit every single month, and it's compounding, right? So right now it's not 400, it's $600. And so some people might be coming to Tupperware looking for that extra $600 so that they're not getting in the hole a month in and month out, just kind of, falling behind. And so that is definitely something that's doable. But when people ask me how much money can I make, I'm like, how much money are you looking for? Because if you're looking for $1,000, we have a plan for you. If you're looking for $200, we have a plan for you. And if you're looking for $3,000, we have a plan for you. So it just depends upon what it is you're looking for. And the next question that people usually ask is, how much time will it take? And that is kind of in direct correlation to whatever the dollar amount is you're looking to make. And now this is not a get rich quick scheme, right? This takes time. It definitely takes time. And it's a very simple business, but it's not always easy, because sometimes we're asking you to do things that make you a little uncomfortable, right? That if you're not used to selling, if you're not used to putting yourself out there and possibly exposing yourself to rejection, then it's a little bit harder. But we are here. We have done it before you, and we're still doing it day in and day out. And so we're here to hold your hand and help you do those things. So the last question that people frequently ask is there training available? And I'm going to let Nikki answer that question. As our eyes go, whoa, yeah, we got training. So Nikki, tell us about the training that we have available.
There's tons of training at Champion. There's almost training, I would say, almost every single night, which I love. And with Tupperware, there's also training on demand. So if you're saying, oh my gosh, my schedule is hectic, or you're one of those people that take care of a family member like I did, or have the young kids and you're like, well, it's bedtime when the training's going on, they're always recorded. And then Tupperware has a bunch of training on demand, which I love. So like when the kids are napping, or when you're taking care of the family member and maybe they're at a procedure, you can spend those 10 minutes and just watch it. And I just love that aspect of it. There's just so much training, and it fits into everyone's, basically their busy schedule, because you can just do the training when you want, and you can pick and choose which ones you want.
Absolutely. And I love the on-demand option, because a lot of times it's weird hours. One week I'm available every night of the week, and then the other week I don't have any nights available or whatever. So we do have that on-demand option, but we also have an option for those of you that really love the sense of community and want to tune in and be a part of that conversation. We have live trainings available for you as well. Usually on Monday and Thursday nights are our live training team type of training events. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we have tools for you to be able to plug into your business to build your business. So Tuesday nights, we have a cooking show, and it not unlike what Nikki was talking about earlier. It's like the Food Network having your own cooking show. And so we have a cooking show that you can share onto your business page, or even just your personal wall, to just be like, hey, check out these fun recipes that some of my friends at Tupperware are doing, and be able to do that. And then on Wednesday nights, we have this, and this just kind of helps people understand a little bit better about what it is that you're doing in Tupperware, what you're trying to accomplish here in Tupperware. And it just kind of helps people understand, because that was definitely something that I remember when I first started, was a lot of times, and still today, a lot of times people don't really understand what it is I'm trying to accomplish in Tupperware. For a long time, people thought I got paid in Tupperware. They're like, don't you have enough Tupperware by now? I'm like, girl, I get paid in cash. Like, I get free Tupperware, but I get paid in cash. I can't pay my gas bill and my mortgage with Tupperware. So I'm like, no, there's more to it. There's more to it. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So, any last words, Nikki, as far as like if somebody's watching this and they're really on the fence trying to figure out what to do, what is your best advice to them?
My best advice is if you're on the fence, honestly, just giving it a chance because you never know. And I tell my students this with skating too, you never know until you give it a try because they're always like, I can't do this, I can't. And I'm like, well, we can't say that. You at least have to try. So why not try Tupperware? Because the best that's going to happen is you're going to make some money for your family. You can save for that dream vacation, the down payment on the house, pay for the extra sports. And almost the second best thing that can happen is you're going to have a fun experience with Champion and you're going to earn some fun at Tupperware. And if not, you're going to at least get the kid out of it. So why not in the discount? So
Yeah,
it's not
it's kind
bad
of a
about it.
win-win. Yeah, it's there. You really have nothing to lose. So I completely agree with you on that. So just a quick reminder for those of you watching, definitely contact the person that shared this with you, and let them know what you thought. Like, what did you learn here tonight that you didn't realize about Tupperware, or what is something that kind of like excites you a little bit at the thought of Tupperware that you learned here tonight? So go ahead and message them. So for those of you that stumbled across this and you don't have a Tupperware connection, you don't have a Tupperware person that shared this with you, you just happen to see it on our public Tupperware page, definitely send a message to this Cooking with Tupperware page because Pam Clift oversees this page and she will get you connected with just the right person to help answer the questions that you do have. So, so thank you everybody for joining us here tonight, and thank you so much, Nikki, for taking this time. I love being able every week to just kind of see people at different walks in the business, like at different places in the business and ranks and all that kind of stuff. People with different experience in the business, and Nikki, you definitely have brought a whole different level of selling to Champion since you came. You and a couple other people that were really those trailblazers for us, really going over to the virtual side of things. And so thank you so much for being here tonight and being able to share that experience with everybody. So thanks everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.